Hey guys, Joe here from Southern Cross Combat. Back here with the Hex champion. How you been?
I've been good. I've just signed to the Chosen Advisory. You know, I feel like I am one of the chosen few. But what do I know about being the chosen few? You're the man who is the chosen few. George Mangos, I thank you for the time. What happened? You signed to the Chosen Advisory. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I've been in touch with Tim from Chosen for a while. I've been tracking my career since I think for my second pro fight. We've been in talks. So, yeah, you know, Tim's one of the best managers there is. He's got like managers, such big names, obviously like Adesanya, Leon Edwards, Jack Della. So yeah, it was a no-brainer to sign with him. I think like once the offer was there, and yeah, he said he wanted to work with me. Like I had a lot of great managers reach out and be part of the team, but yeah, I think Tim is like the best there is. So yeah, it was a no-brainer.
It's been something I know you and I have been talking about it for a while. It's been something that's been in the work in the background. What led to it finally happening?
Yeah, look, now I hopefully like I'm one fight away from the UFC. So with the right manager, I'll be one fight away. And yeah, like after I get through Ethan, yeah, that's what I need is a good manager to bridge the gap from the regional scene to the UFC. So now's the time to decide and to sign with someone. Before that, I don't know if there was much use of a manager on the regional scene. So that's why I held off for a bit, but now's the time.
Chosen Advisory, they support some of the biggest people in the world. You've already kind of mentioned some of the names, and they don't sign people until they feel they are ready. That's something I know about those guys. Is there anything in the works? Have they told you anything? Is there like a date? Is there like a get through this and you are on Contender?
Yeah, look, that's what pretty much we're hearing. That's what we're hopeful is like nothing's set in stone yet, but a good performance and another George Mangos performance, clinical, is I'll be there for sure.
You're a guy who likes to stay active, put on great performances, and such. And I think that really goes in hand with like you being a young guy. You know, you're young, you're hungry, you're a young, hungry lion, if you will. I'm in town for the UFC. It's in your hometown. Is there any are you getting a little bit of FOMO with the UFC being in town?
Yeah, I'm a bit upset they came to my backyard and they didn't send me an invite to the party, but look, I'm sure I'll be on plenty of their shows in the future, so like all in good time. I'm only 21 years old. All these other guys that are just getting signed, like Colby Quillen and Jono, I'm happy for them. Look, they're all hyping them up as young contenders, which they are, but like they still got 4 or 5 years of age on me, so there's no rush for me to get there. So my time will come, and it'll be this year as well.
And before I'd like to talk about the upcoming fight, but that's obviously this year, 2025. Before we talk about that, I just wanted to get kind of your reaction to you were the Southern Cross Combat Fighter of the Year for 2024. I know that's a big accolade for you. How do you feel about getting that accolade? There is a trophy. If I knew I was coming to see you, I would have brought it. I'll give it to you in Melbourne. Do you have a place picked out for the trophy?
Yeah, I'm going to have to make some room. I've got a few medals and belts that are like crowding my room at the moment, but oh, that was the highlight of my year. That award. It's everything I'm working towards is to get that recognition from Southern Cross Combat. So I'll make sure it's front and center.
I'm happy. You know, I'm always happy to give the props where they are due. Maybe you can move one of the belts out of the way so it's the award and then the PlayStation 5 because I know that's the PS. Is it a 5 or a 4?
5, yeah.
The 5 stays right in the middle. I have seen the photos.
Look, it's there, but I couldn't say the last time I played it. I'm so shit at games. Like I think my older brother, got all the skills when it came to the games. Like no matter what game, he would get the hang of it and he would beat me every time. So I'm pretty discouraged from playing it.
Do you ever drag him in here and maybe get some revenge?
Yeah, sometimes we have a little rumble. More when we were younger. We used to fight a lot and like wrestle and stuff. But like lately, not really. He's been a bit busy. But every now and again, he likes to make his way in here. He can move. He's pretty good.
Is he comparable to you in like size? Like older brother? Is he like way bigger than you? Similar size, similar build?
No, we're a bit different build. I'm a bit taller and like leaner. He's a bit shorter and he's wide. He's got fucking tree trunk legs, so it's a bit of a different build. But we move kind of similar. Yeah.
Probably still a featherweight, but just like a different type of featherweight.
Yeah.
Volkanovski featherweight build.
Yeah, like that sort of build.
You mentioned it before. Now looking into the future, you are defending your title against Ethan Thomas. How did his name be the one that came across the list?
I'm not sure, to be honest, but look, that's the first guy that Hex put forward to us, and like as usual, we said yeah. Look, it's definitely not the easiest fight I've ever had. It's a real tough fight, And if we're being honest, it's at a time I don't need to take a tough fight. But, that's what I do. I like to test myself against the best guys in the country. And Ethan's one of them. He's a dangerous wrestler. He's a dangerous jiu-jitsu guy. He's a black belt. But look, everyone's dangerous that I fight. And, the last guy I fought was a black belt, so it doesn't really matter when I fight them.
I know you touched on it there, but I do want to directly ask. As you said, this is a very tough fight, and you're in a position where you may not need to be taking these tough fights. Why?
That's just me. I guess I don't want to. I feel like if I have an easy fight, it's like a waste of a camp. You know what I mean? I'm putting like 8-10 weeks of hard work every day. I know it's gonna get me closer to my UFC goal, but I didn't really gain anything from winning that fight. Like I put myself through hard camp. But if I don't go there and I know I beat a solid guy, I know I can beat a shit guy any day of the week. So what's the point? So I'm going to go out there and test myself, and I'm going to grow mentally from it.
Ethan is a very high-level grappler, both in jiu-jitsu and wrestling. We've talked before in the past about those hard-level tests, and we've talked about off-camera once. You and I talked about like ranking the opponents, who was hardest, blah, blah, blah. Where does Ethan sit kind of in that list? Is this the hardest guy you've faced?
Look, he definitely could be. I think as of now, the hardest guy I fought was definitely Justin. He gave me the most trouble. I think stylistically, it's very similar to Justin too. So it could be my hardest fight. We'll have to see. But on paper, before I think they're going to be 1 and 2, Justin and Ethan, my hardest fights.
Fuck, I had another one. Give me one moment. God damn it. Oh yes. Talking about that grappling prowess from him. He's taken some time out of the cage to kind of focus just on the grappling. If I'm not mistaken, he didn't have a MMA fight in 2024. He did ADCC and wrestling competitions. While obviously grappling's a big part, grappling is not MMA. Do you think that layoff will affect the performance at all?
Yeah, I'll make sure it does. Look, if you can think you can just come in there and out wrestle me and out grapple me, like you got to think again. Like. That's what Justin thought. That's what I think Tomato was trying to do. Jarrett was trying to take me down. Look, it doesn't end well if that's your game plan. There is no game plan to beat me, but that's definitely not in. So it's good that he's definitely leveled up, probably his jiu-jitsu, just strictly focusing on that last year, not having a fight. But yeah, it's like you said, it's an MMA fight. It's not a jiu-jitsu match.
Thank you for letting me come into the gym. Is it morning? No, just hit afternoon. What was going on this morning in the class? What was training today?
Today was wrestling. So it's usually our Friday session, but because we got the eternal weigh-ins and stuff and the fights this weekend, we shuffled it to our Thursday session. Just a little bit of, we do our warm-up, a little bit of drilling, but it's mainly live wrestling. We'll do a bit of like Greco upper body and then freestyle wrestling. So we're working everything. And yeah, look, I'm not getting taken down. My takedown defense is improved a lot this camp, and especially the fight I had with Justin. I'm ready for someone like Ethan now.
We mentioned obviously signing to Chosen Advisory. You mentioned some of those names. Have you had an opportunity to bump shoulders with any of those names? Have you met any of your, I don't know what you call them, like fellow few?
Yeah, no, I haven't yet. Look, I think hopefully this weekend we will actually. I think there's a few of them in town. I think Jack Della and maybe Adesanya will be in town. So, yeah, I'm keen to bump into them. Those guys, maybe pick their brains a bit. Definitely people that I look up to. Jack's got very slick boxing, and Adesanya is someone who's, climbed to the top of the sport and defended his title multiple times. So, yeah, if I get to meet them and pick their brain, it'll be a highlight of my weekend for sure.
And this is something I think we spoke about the first time we did an interview. Maybe I asked you at the first press conference where I met you. But still, you're at the top of the local scene now. You have the belt that proves it. You've got the credentials that prove it. You've got the Chosen Advisory and so on and so forth. How do you stay, for lack of a better term, like locked in? Yeah. You're a young guy. How do you stay like locked in and not kind of get swept up in that stuff?
Yeah, look, I think it is easy to do that, but like at the end of the day, my end goal is not to be a Hex champion. It's not to be the best in Australia on the regional scene. It's to be a UFC champion. It's to be best in the world. So maybe I'm like halfway at the end of in my end goal. So I'm not even scratching the surface yet. So yeah, in the scheme of things, I'm nowhere near where I want to be. I'm in a good spot, most definitely, and like I'm grateful. And sometimes I sit back and like I think like I have a good life. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's definitely not where I want to be just yet. So it's easy for me to stay head down, locked in, and keep training every day. Like you said, I got a good group of boys around me, got a great coach. So yeah, it's not really like doesn't really keep me up at night thinking, oh, I'm missing out on going out and spending life and partying and stuff like that. It's like, this is what I've chosen, and when I say something, I'm going to do it, and that's what I'm going to do.
And we were talking about it a little bit off camera, but we are here at Lion's Den. When was the first time you walked into this place? What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I came here first just after COVID, when I was 16. Yeah, I loved, like, you can see yourself, it's an old school vibe. Luke's been here for 28 years, I think. So, yeah, the gym's 7 years older than me, and there's just a lot of experience and knowledge that this place has, and Luke, like, cornering and training other high-level guys in his career. And now, like, we have such a good team that we built up. When I first came here, I think there was only like 3 or 4 fighters. There was Stanoff, who was still, all these guys were still amateur. Stanoff, Chris Ustage, and Jordan Gamble. They were all amateur fighters. I don't think there was anyone else yet. And then, yeah, look, we just started grinding together. We've been training non-stop. Now we've got like a handful of really good pros and a lot of amateurs coming up, and we've built a really good team. But it's just been, non-stop work. There's no secret. So, and then as we are successful, more and more talented guys come into the gym. We got guys like Ben Patterson, Alan Philpott, who came here from another gym, because they see the work that we're doing, and it's paying off.
George Mangosta, thank you very much for the time. Congratulations on the new signing. Best of luck in the fight. I will see you in Melbourne.
Thank you very much. Take care.